In this video tutorial, we're going to cover how exclusive links work specifically in relation to labels and code buttons, as opposed to between two code buttons, which is quite a different behavior. So I just want to draw that distinction to start with. Also, let's take a look at what I have in the code window so far, which are these maneuver labels, like if the vehicle went straight or made a turn. Again, the direction from which it entered the intersection and whether that applies to a taxi or a bus. And you can see the taxi and bus are the code buttons. All the yellow items are labels. So let's go ahead and code something with this set of functionality so far. I'm already in code mode, and I just want to point out what's interesting about this moment in time is that there's actually a taxi and a bus in the intersection at the same time. So let's say the taxi came from the south and it went straight, so I'll click on this straight, which activated south, which activated taxi. And then let's say with the bus, it came from the north, it's also going straight, so I'll click on this straight, which turned on north, which activated bus. But what's really important to recognize at this point is that if you watch previous video tutorials, you should already know that by default, the way labels behave is that they spray out to any code button that may be open. So a moment ago when I clicked on straight, which activated north, both of those labels actually sprayed out and got applied to taxi, which was already on. The activation links don't control where the labels go. They only control what gets activated. So let's play the video a little bit further. I'll mark out of bus and taxi. Now let's hover over these instances and let's go to taxi in particular, because now you can see that the labels that got applied to this given instance, there's the two straights, but now it has a north and a south label, which is contradictory and inaccurate information. So the way to restrict labels from doing this sort of spraying behavior to all codes is via the exclusive link. So let's go back to edit mode, and I'm going to go to this straight label, and a label always has to be applied to a code conceptually. So exclusively linking it makes sense to do to the code button itself as opposed to other labels. So you can kind of see that new line segment there, which is this light blue segment. So I'm going to go from between this straight and bus. Now I'll go from this turn to bus and this north to bus. Now, you might imagine I would repeat this process for all these given labels. Then the easiest thing would probably be to just do a copy of the whole group and recreate the taxi group so I didn't have to relink. But for sake of example, let's just say that I have 3 exclusive links between these given labels here and the bus code button. And we'll do the exact same thing I did a minute ago, just so you can see how this now behaves. So let's get rid of these instances. Okay, now let's go back to code mode here on the code window, and let's just rewind back to that sort of same point so you can see that there's both a taxi and the bus in the intersection. We'll do the same thing we did a minute ago. So this taxi is going straight, coming from the south. Now we have taxi activated, and I'll do the same thing here where the bus is going straight, coming from the north. But now because of these exclusive links, let's let it play out, and I'll end both bus and taxi. But as I was saying, now because of those exclusive links, if I hover over taxi, we can see that that instance only got those 2 labels, meaning the south and its own straight label. So that information is more correct. So exclusive links between labels and codes prevent the labels from doing the spraying, or said differently, it restricts the labels to only being applied to the given code button that it is exclusively linked to. Thanks for watching.